Hi, on this little video we're going to look at some of my Georgian and later glass. Now I've collected over a long period because I'm very old, and so though it looks a lot, I've only collected one or two a year, maybe a few more, actually think about it. Most of these are Georgian glass. Now to tell a Georgian glass, it's mainly because if you run your thumb along the bottom, it's called a broken pontwell. You can see it's where this was on the glass tube. They just snapped it off and they kept it rough. And so it's just been snapped. Later on, they smoothed them out. But in the Georgian period, it was mainly just left like that. Also, to see that it's a Georgian period is sometimes you can see there's little air bubbles. In some of the other ones, you'll see little air bubbles, and sometimes they're a bit wonky. They don't sit completely straight. So most of those are Georgian. These are Victorian. And also another way to tell is a glass like this, where the base is bigger than the rim. Now sometimes they are the same, because sometimes you get chips on the side here and people grind these down to make them smooth again. So sometimes, even though it is a Georgian glass, this might be the same size as this, but it's because they've ground it down. Because a lot of the ones that I buy, because I haven't got so much money to buy, I usually get them where they've got chips on the side there. Because as soon as you get a small chip, then a collector of glass would say no thank you. So I usually buy those that have just got a slight chip on them. But even something like this, which is a Georgian green glass, 1820s to 1840, I bought that for £26, which is, when you think that's 200 years old glass, I don't think that's very much money to pay. Beautiful books. But I'll just show you some of my better items, which I've just put over. Right, so this is quite an early piece. This is 1780s. It's German. But that has got a very tiny nick on the side there. It's not actually broken, it was just the way it's been made. So that one I only paid £24 for, something that's made in 1780 and has lasted that long. But because of that dent, that's why you can get it cheaper. Now they had these, what they called air twist glasses, where you've got this twist, a bit like a stick of rock type thing going through them. In the wine glasses. Again, it's about 1770, 1790. But because of these chips, you can see the big chip there, small chip there, I didn't pay much money for that. That'll probably be only £30 or £40, or something like that. Again, another one with an air twist. But this one is I think they call it a custard cup or something like that. So they've got this huge, big, fat, doesn't look very elegant, handle, but you've got the air twist in there, which looks very nice. Again, all these are the same sort of period, 1780s to 1820s. But I'll tell you the later ones. Now, this one again, you got little air twists in there, and you can see a little bubble there, some little bubbles there. And it's got a little nick there, that's why I was able to buy it cheaply. Then we got to go and have a look at some of the much more etchings on them, like this one here. A lot of them often have things like grapes, if it's to do with wine, and if it's to do with an ale glass, it'll have barley corn, with barley on it or something like that. It's beautifully etched. Next one to have a look at is this one here. It's my wife gave me as a birthday present. Again, it's about 1770, 1780. But look at the beautiful etching on that. And again, it wasn't a considerable amount, because even my wife took me there so I could see what I actually wanted. She bought me this one, and I think it was only about £70, but look at the detail. That's beautiful. Next we can see more of the glasses here. This one's just got an etching on the side. I mean, they're cut on the side and then etching along the top there. Again, you can see there's a small bowl but a larger thing, and that again, it's got a little chip on the side. That's why I was able to buy that. These here. Again, these are quite well made because they've got this little, often they have this little thing there which you can use to hold your fingers in, and it's very good for gripping. Again, you can see the decoration in there. It's not so, and you can see the little air bubbles. Let's have a look at, these are more modern glasses. This one is a green one, and it is 1880s. A very beautiful etching. And because it's green, this was made in those days with uranium. So if you have an ultraviolet light, these will glow. But again, look at the beautiful thing. I've got two of these, a pair of these. The pair just cost £34, so just £17 each for that. This one again, this one's a bit later again, it's a 1880s, lovely little glass. And as you can see, that one I paid £18. Often good quality ones have this star base, just shows you. But you can see it's not Georgian because it's ground down. And this one, again, this is a later one, 1890. Very beautiful decorations on that, and also down the side. And that's only £20. But you can see the beautiful decoration in there. And this one, you can tack them to get some little signals out of them, or little tunes. This one's 1950s, quite a late one, but I got that because it's quite a dramatic picture. And if you hold it on there, give it a whack, hear that sound, like a bell. They're crystal. And also if you get one like this, so we go with this one. Again, beautiful sound. A beautiful cut stem. Then we have this one here. You can see on the table, it's a bit wonky. Again, you can see that's why it was made in the 18th century, because it's not very well balanced. And then finally we'll have a look at this decanter. I've been using this, a lovely grip on this decanter, 1820. And you can see it's well made to put your fingers around so you don't drop it. So if in this full of wine, you want to pour it out, it's beautifully hand grip. And something like that, a long time ago, well in the 70s or 60s, would have been 200 or 300 quid. I think I just paid about 20 quid for them. Decanters Georgian decanters are really cheap at the moment because people don't decant their wine. But even so, I think this just makes a beautiful statement on your table. I've got to clean it a bit because I have been using it. It's a bit funny inside, but even if you get one or two of these little things just to put on your table and use for Christmas, I think it really makes an elegant look. That's the end of today's little look at these glass. The thing about all these glasses, that they were produced in the 18th century when the technique was very good, and the transportation became good, because it's all right getting all these beautiful glasses. Even in the 17th century, the roads were atrocious. The only way to get anything around would be horseback, or in a little pad, in carts and stuff like that. And this wouldn't survive. So you needed a good transport system. So in the 1780s, it's like one invention spurs on another. So you've got the invention of the manufacturing of glasses, but it's no good if the glasses are in Birmingham or in Manchester or in Liverpool, if the people who want to buy them are in London. So you need to get them from there to the marketplace. And so in the 1780s up to 1820s, there was a big push to get canals which connected the rivers. So you could go from one river to another, and eventually all the way up from Liverpool all the way down to London, to the markets. And you could put these on a barge, pack them up, and just float them down the river so they wouldn't be damaged. So again, the industrialization spurred on the transport push. So one invention pushes onto another. It's no good having things made by thousands in one place if you can't get them to the market. So I hope this has encouraged you to go out and have a look in your antique markets, in shops, in car boots, and have a look and maybe purchase the odd piece of beautiful glass. Thank you. Please tick and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, when we'll be looking at coffee and tea. Thank you.